Howdy paddlers, James here at Wittering Sup. I'm often asked, what board should I get? There's a few different types and I thought I'd do a quick video just to explain the basics when it comes to choosing a board. So there isn't really a one size suits all in paddleboards. It largely comes down to what you want to do with the board. So if you want to be on a flat water location like this beautiful river here, or lakes, or whether you're going to be on the sea, or whether you're going to be downwinding or racing, short or long journeys, all that sort of stuff. So we'll take a look at the three main board types and then I'll just run through how you personalise that depending on your size, weight, height, age, that kind of stuff. So just starting with these two boards in the middle, we've got the Sandbanks Ultimate Art board and the Fat Stick Snot Rocket, two of my favourites for teaching on, and they're both very, very similar in terms of their size, length and width, 32 by 10.6, very standard sort of size. You see a lot of boards around that size. And these are builders, all-rounders. Okay, so if you want to go and have a play in the surf, or you want to head off down the river or on the lake, boards of this size and shape are gonna get you going. Just a couple of minor differences here on how these boards are shaped. So you'll see the slightly more rounded nose of the Fat Stick board, more designed for catching surf, really, as opposed to the more streamlined boaty type shape of the Sandbanks board, again designed for cutting straight lines, so tracking straight in the water. And you'll see both of them slightly lifted at the front. It's what we call a rocker, and that of course is to assist you in catching waves. So, of course, we're not all built equal, and for those of a larger frame, something a little longer and wider and more robust is good overall for carrying the weight, not just your weight, of course, but the kind of things you want to take with you. An extra child, a dog, more gear, whatever it might be. A slightly bigger board might be a good idea. So this is the Sandbanks Cruiser. So similar, very similar to the other two boards, except he's wider and longer. That's kind of it. There's more volume there. It can take more overall weight out on the water. And you can really see how much wider he is compared to the board I use over here. Now, this is a Hatha Stride. This is the board I tend to teach on. And you can see he's a lot longer. So he's 13 feet long, only 30 inches wide. That is designed more in terms of going in straight lines and exploring and heading off down rivers, that kind of thing. So I can get more gear on the front, I can keep the board moving in a nice straight line. Of course, I can pick up a lot of speed, which is an instructor I need when I've got naughty children who need catching up. So that is an explorer board. So I think longer and thinner, straight lines and exploring. Wider is more about having more stability on the water and perhaps carrying more gear on there. Then you've got your all-rounder boards, and down at the other end of the scale we've got an example of a much smaller board here, the Sandbanks Elite. Again, it's less deep. It's only 4 feet, I think, long, 31 inches wide, I believe, 4 inches deep. So again, this is for a lighter, shorter paddler. Less deep means you haven't got so far to reach into the water to get all of that paddle blade in the water. So a narrower board is always going to be better for your stroke technique, because we want to keep that paddle shaft nice and vertical in the water, and the wider a board is, the harder that is to achieve. So it's all about finding a sense of balance between what you want your board to do, who you are and what size you are, how often you're going to use it, where you're going to use it, and really how far you want to take the sport. But as you know, it's very, very addictive. And of course, a board is a significant investment. People are always saying, how much should I spend? What should I buy? Look for that warranty. Good 3-year plus warranty is a strong vote of confidence from the manufacturer in their manufacturing processes and techniques, and the robustness of things like the valves, the skins, and all of those things that you want to be able to trust when you're out on the water and give you some longevity of the board. So there you go, bit of an overview on the different types of boards you like to come across, depending on who you are and where you're going to use it. Thanks again for listening to me wittering on about boards. I hope that was useful. Any questions, of course, just drop me a line. And if you're thinking about heading out, having some lessons with us, these are the kind of boards you're going to be learning on, and you can find out a lot more at that point in terms of what is likely to work for you. So once you've had a few lessons and you've had a play on a board, that does give you a much clearer idea of what direction you might want to go in when it comes to your paddling life. See you soon.